everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. In this video, we're going to learn how to create live webinar registrant from Instagram lead ads leads. So I'm a business coach and I regularly host a lot of webinars guiding all the business owners. I promote all my webinars with the help of Instagram lead ads and I manage all the webinars with the help of LiveWebinar. Here what I want is that as soon as a new lead is going to be generated in my Instagram lead ads, what I want is I want to create that lead as a registrant in my LiveWebinar account in the webinar that I'm hosting. Now doing this manually is very time consuming. So what I've done is I've simply automated this entire process with the help of Pabbly Connect, which is an amazing automation and integration software. And here in this automation, I'm going to build a connection between Instagram lead ads and LiveWebinar with the help of it. So if you also want to learn about this amazing automation process step by step, for that let me take you to my screen. In this video, we're going to learn how to create live webinar registrant from Instagram lead ads lead. So as a business coach, I attract entrepreneurs and professionals to my webinars where I share strategies for business growth and success. I use Instagram lead ads to generate leads for individuals interested in my coaching sessions. And I use LiveWebinar to host and manage my live training events seamlessly. To streamline the registration process, I've automated it. Now, whenever any of the lead fills out a form using Instagram lead ads, that lead is going to be created as a registrant in my live webinar account in the webinar that I'm hosting. This ensures a hassle-free experience for my attendees, allowing me to focus on delivering valuable insights rather than handling data manually. And I'm going to create this amazing automation between Instagram lead ads and live webinar with the help of Pabbly Connect. So on the screen, you can see the website of Pabbly Connect, that is pabbly.com/connect. After browsing this website, we need to sign into our Pabbly Connect account. But if you're a new user, you can sign up for free and get 100 free tasks every month. So as I'm an existing user, I'm going to sign into my Pabbly Connect account. After signing in, you can see the all Pabbly apps in front of you, in which you can see all the products that Pabbly provides, from which we're going to select Pabbly Connect by clicking on this Access Now button right here. Then you can see Pabbly Connect's dashboard is going to appear in front of you. In order to start an automation process in Pabbly Connect, we need to create a workflow. For that, click on this top right corner button right here that says Create Workflow. A dialog box is then going to appear in front of you, which is asking for the workflow name and for us to select a folder. So for the name of my workflow over here, I'm going to give it as Create Live Webinar Registrant from Instagram Lead Ads Leads. So this is the name that I want to give to my workflow. After that, it is asking for us to select a folder. So on the left side of my screen, you can see I've created multiple folders in my Pabbly Connect account, from which I'm going to select a specific folder in which I want to save this workflow in. For that, click on this drop down. These are the folders from which I'm going to select Live Webinar Automations as the folder I want to save this workflow in. After giving the name to the workflow and selecting the folder, I'm going to click on this Create button in order to create a workflow. A workflow is created in the name of Create Live Webinar Registrant from Instagram Lead Ads Leads, and you can see that there are two windows in front of you. One over here says Trigger, other says Action. So what is Trigger and Action? Trigger and Action are the two most important steps of our automation process because our process depends on these two principles. Over here, Trigger says when this happens and Action says do this. That means what is Action? Action is a response towards our trigger. In an automation process, there can be only one trigger step but multiple action steps. We are going to set up our trigger step first. And for the trigger application over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select it as Instagram lead ads. As with the help of Instagram lead ads, I'm promoting all my live webinars. I want that as soon as a new lead is going to be generated using Instagram lead ads, automatically the trigger over here should capture the response of that. That is why for my trigger application, I've selected it as Instagram lead ads. And for the trigger event over here, I'm going to select it as new lead instant. After selecting the trigger application and the event, you can see over here it says connect. I'm going to click on this connect button. A window is going to appear in front of you on which I'm going to select the add new connection option. But if you want, you can select the existing connection that you already have. After that, click on connect with Instagram lead ads button right over here. As we're going to do that, you can see it is asking for me to continue with this Facebook account right over here. I'm going to click on this continue button right here. As I've done that, you can see I've successfully authorized Instagram lead ads to Pabbly Connect. It was very easy for me to connect my Instagram lead ads account to Pabbly Connect because in a new tab, I've already logged into my Instagram account as well as in my Facebook account. Okay.
So that is why it was very easy for me to connect my Instagram lead ads to Pabbly Connect. Okay. After that, it is asking for us to select the page. Now, this is my Instagram account. You can see right over here. And this Instagram account is connected to this Facebook page. You can see right over here, the Business Growth Mentor. And using this Facebook page, I'm promoting all my Instagram lead ads. Now, to check whether the connection is built, you can see this Facebook page, the Business Growth Mentor, is connected to my Instagram account. And using this page, I have created a lead ads form with the help of which the leads using Instagram lead ads is going to be generated. So over here for the page, you have to select the page which is connected to your Instagram account. So my page is in the name of Business Growth Mentor. So I'm going to select the page over here as the Business Growth Mentor. After selecting the page, it is asking for us to select the lead gen form. So I've created a lead ads form in this page over here in the name of New Lead Form, with the help of which I'll be connecting my leads data. So I'm going to select the lead gen form as New Lead Form. Okay. After that, it says simple response. I need the simple format of the response. So I'm going to toggle this button on right over here of simple response, and simply I'm going to click on the save and send test request button right here. It is saying waiting for webhook response. So now to check whether Instagram lead ads has now been successfully connected to Pabbly Connect or not, what I'm going to do is I am going to generate a test lead using my Instagram lead ads. And after generating the test lead, I'm going to check whether Pabbly Connect captures the response of the test lead being generated or not. Now, in order to generate a test lead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to open Meta's lead ads testing tool. Using this tool, we can generate the test lead. It is asking for us to select the page, for which I've selected it as the Business Growth Mentor, and for the form, I've selected the form with the help of which the lead is going to be generated. Then I'm going to click on this preview form button right here. After that, you can see this is the form that I've created using which I'm going to gather the data of my leads. Okay, it is asking for my lead's first name. So the first name over here, I'm going to write it as new. The last name of my lead over here, I'm going to write it as lead. For the email over here, I'm going to write it as newlead445@pabblytudes.com. For the phone number over here, I'm going to enter a dummy mobile number right over here. And next, it is asking for the company name. So the company name over here, I'm going to write it as Test Company. Okay, after filling in all the required details, I'm going to click on this continue button and on submit to do the test submission. Over here it says your test lead has been sent. As now the test lead is generated, I'm going to go back to my workflow and scroll down, and as you can see, the response of the test lead being generated has been captured in our trigger. First name is new, last name is lead, email is newlead445@pabblytudes.com with a dummy mobile number, and the company name as Test Company with the date and time of the lead being generated. As now the response of the lead being generated using Instagram lead ads has been captured over here in our trigger. This means Instagram lead ads is connected to Pabbly Connect and our trigger setup is done. After setting up our trigger step, we need to set up our action step. My objective is that as soon as a new lead is going to be generated using Instagram lead ads, that lead should be created as a registrant in my LiveWebinar account. So this is my LiveWebinar account, and in which I have created a webinar in the name of Mastering Business Automation Strategies for Coaches. So this is the live webinar that I'm hosting for my business entrepreneurs. And I want to create the leads as a registrant in this webinar right over here. Now for that, we're going to set up our action step, in which for the action application over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select it as live webinar. And for the action event over here, I'm going to select it as Create Webinar Registrant, and then I'm going to click on this Connect button. A window is going to appear in front of you, on which click on Add New Connection, or else you can select the existing connection that you have. After that, click on Connect with Live Webinar button right here. It is asking for the permission. I'm going to click on this Authorize button, as this is a safe process and my data is perfectly safe with Pabbly Connect. So I'm going to click on this Authorize button right over here. And as I've done that, you can see Live Webinar is successfully connected to Pabbly Connect. As now the connection is done, it is asking for us to select the webinar that we have to enroll this lead into. I have created a webinar over here in my live webinar account in the name of Mastering Business Automation Strategies for Coaches. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the webinar over here as Mastering Business Automation Strategies for Coaches. Okay. Next, it is asking for the registration form ID. As soon as you're going to select the webinar, the form ID is automatically going to be selected right here. Now remember, you can only select the webinar from this drop down who are enabled for the registrations. Okay, and for that you have to do the settings in your live webinar account. So as I've done that, after that it is asking for all these details, with the help of which we are going to create a registrant in our live webinar account. Now for the data of these fields, what we're going to do is we are going to map the data. What is mapping? Mapping means inserting data from the previous step. So we're going to insert the data from the previous step of this workflow. And how it works is that as soon as I'm going to click on this field, this was the previous previous step. As I'm going to click on it, this is the same response that was captured in our previous step. It is asking for the registrant's name, the name of the registrant that we want to create. I want to create this lead as a registrant, so I'm going to select the data of my name of my lead from my previous response. As now I have selected the data from my previous response of my lead, the data is mapped. And as I have mapped the data has now become dynamic. That means now whenever a new response is going to be captured in our previous step, automatically the new data is going to be updated in place of this mapped data. Similarly, for the email of my registrant, I'm going to map the data of the email. It says send confirmation to registrant's email. I'm going to select it as yes right over here. It is asking for registrant's first name. I'm going to map the data of the first name. For the last name, I'm going to map the data of the last name. And for the email, I'm going to map the data of the email. After filling in all the required details, I'm going to click on the Save and Send Test Request button right here. As I've done that, we have received a response in which we have received the data ID, which is a positive response. For that, I'm going to open my LiveWebinar account. So this is the webinar that I'm hosting. And now to check whether registration is created or not, under attendees, it says Manage Registrants. So I'm going to click on this option right over here. And as I've done that, you can see a new registrant in the name of new lead with the email as newlead445@pabblytudes.com is been created as a registrant in my LiveWebinar account in the webinar that I'm hosting. So as this registrant has been created, this means that we have successfully created an automation between Instagram lead ads and live webinar with the help of Pabbly Connect. So now to sum up till now what we have done, I'm a business coach. I have created this workflow. Over here with the trigger, I've selected as Instagram lead ads, new lead instant, as whenever by the potential clients, a new lead is going to be generated using Instagram lead ads, automatically the trigger over here is going to capture the response of that. For the action, I've selected as live webinar, create webinar registrant. This lead that is generated is automatically going to be created as a registrant in my webinar that I'm hosting using live webinar. And using Pabbly Connect in this manner, you can build the connection between these two applications. So this was it for this video. Thank you so much for watching.
Not just with these applications, you can create automation between multiple other applications with the help of Pabbly Connect. If you have any questions, you can contact us on support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can check the queries on forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, then you can check out this link. If you like this video, please do subscribe to our channel, hit on the like button, comment on if you have any questions or doubts, and please share this video.